In South Africa, there are many inspirational men and women, and here on Movers and Shakers, you'll have the opportunity to get inside their heads. My name is Vusi Zion, and I'm on a quest to understand the path to success through the life stories of Mzansi's real visionaries.
I love him to bits, and also at the same time, I envy him for his coolness.
He is a legend. He has done an enormous amount for South African music. He has done an enormous amount for South African society in general.
I don't believe in formulas that I become successful. If I hear things that I love, I interact, I interact with those things and then spread it into what I do as a musician.
In a career spanning 50 years, Sipho Hotstix Mabuse has certainly cemented his place among the legends of South African music. He formed his first professional group at the age of 15 while still at school and began a career that has taken him all around the world, earned him fame and fortune along with the love and affection of millions of South Africans. At a time in his life when many began to entertain thoughts of retiring, he went back to the beginning and returned to school to earn his coveted matric certificate, setting an example to children of South Africa that education is far more important than fame. We are at a remarkable time of your life. So many things are happening. One of the biggest milestones this year alone has been the talk of your graduation.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Well, I'm definitely very excited. I'm actually surprised at myself that I've managed to do what a lot of people say I couldn't get to do it.
It's an inspiration for everybody in Pimville. The door's never locked. It's like a train station. People come and people go. Why? Because they feed off that positive energy. There must be times when it is difficult, but he has this ability to lift everybody that I think is just amazing.
What was growing up like, given the context of our country back then?
The environment in which one grows up makes a difference. And I was very fortunate that I chose, to become the professional the musician. And of course, it came even at a time when oppression in this country was very, very rife. One could have chosen to become a criminal or do other things. When I went to high school, I met these wonderful people. We would eventually become friends, more like brothers. We formed a group called the Beaters. Of course, I found them there already. They had started, and I was roped in as a drummer. And of course, I didn't know what drumming is. I mean, I was a cadet band drummer, really, not a full drum kit.
The Beaters, the 4 individuals, they were very dapper. Their approach to music was more innovative because they really behaved like professionals when all of us were just playing maybe for the chicks,
Right after that, in the popularity of the Beaters, suddenly you now are moving across the borders.
Yes.
You find yourself in Zimbabwe. What was that like?
Zimbabwe was a revelation for us. Harare was in the grip of a serious liberation struggle. And when we got there, we heard music that we've never been exposed to. We suddenly heard music from Congo, from Ghana, from Nigeria, and wow, what an experience. And of course, because we came from a country that had black consciousness leadership growing and the groundswell of the black consciousness movement just brought us into the milieu of being a consciously driven group.
Yes.
For us, the BC movement just changed it all. And we wrote a song called Harare. We come home, the song is so huge, different from all other songs.
Going solo, what prompted that decision?
It was a band breakup, one of the most painful experiences for me. When the band broke up, was
your life,
at the peak. Yes, it was my life. And we had just signed a deal in America with A&M Records, and suddenly things were falling apart. And I got invited, by several bands to come and play drums. I said, no, I couldn't see myself playing for anybody else. To go solo was just, for me, was the natural thing to do.
Sipho is very brave. He brought some African rock. Then he brought back again traditional African popular culture into mainstream as a pop song. Shikisha, ulava kwenjani, mina nilava kuchinayo. He's brave. He mixed pop culture and tradition. So that osmosis alone says a lot about a visionary. He's a great visionary. I think we became very, very, very close in terms of me respecting him as a free thinker, musician that's not scared of delving into some mucky mud to try and come up with some diamonds out of there.
I don't believe in formulas that have become successful. If I hear things that I love, I interact, I interact with those things and then spread it into what I do as a musician.
He realizes that he has the opportunity to change people's lives and to just inspire them. He would be the person who would want to teach you to fish.
What would your counsel be to the emerging younger artists?
While the world adores you, remember you have a responsibility to those who come after you. I always say to younger musicians, do it well, but don't believe the hype. Sometimes you get so much media attention that you begin to forget how important it is for you to be a true reflection of where you come from. Do it right and forget all the other stuff that accompanies, the success.